Hello, this is Dr. Rhonda Farrell bringing you Brand Equity is Wealth Equity, your story, your asset. We are continuing the journey for WealthWise 2025, week 25. We've reached a milestone. We are almost halfway there through the year, and I want to thank you for continuing to show up each week, investing not just in your financial growth, but in building a purpose-driven life and legacy. So far, we've talked about longevity planning, financial foresight, intentional spending, and values-based living. But this week, I want to zoom in on something just as equally powerful and often underestimated when we talk about wealth: your reputation, your voice, your digital footprint. Because in 2025 and beyond, your personal brand is a monetizable asset. Yes, we are exploring a powerful shift in the financial landscape. Your brand equity is, in fact, your wealth equity. So here's a provocative question for you. If Forbes wrote a feature about you in 2028, what would the headline say? And what steps are you taking now to ensure they get the story right? So in part one, why your brand equals your financial leverage. Because let's be real, in a world where social proof, visibility, and digital presence are currency, you can't afford to be invisible. Think of your brand as a trust building tool, a platform amplifier, a magnet for aligned clients, partners, and investors. Solopreneurs with clear brand positioning can charge 2 to 10x more. Entrepreneurs with digital authority land many more speaking engagements and consulting engagements. And professionals who invest in storytelling build scalable revenue models, courses, licensing, books, affiliate deals, etc. Your voice isn't just marketing, it's actually one of your greatest wealth strategies. So let's start a brand audit. Are your platforms consistent? Do people know what you ultimately stand for? Can they clearly explain the problems that you solve? Your brand equity compounds the same way interest does when you nurture it over time. So let's talk about the thought leadership wealth loop, because people don't just want what you sell. What they actually want is what you stand for. That's why thought leadership is no longer optional. It's the bridge between who you are and the opportunities that are just waiting to find you. They are right around the corner. Here's how this thought leadership wealth loop works. You share your expertise or story on a podcast, a post, a talk, or in an article. What does that do? It helps you build trust and resonance. You're going to find your tribe, your people. That trust then converts into sales, invites, and further equity building opportunities. This is especially powerful for women who are building authority in traditionally male-dominated sectors, veterans transitioning to thought leaders and advisors, and minority-owned businesses carving out unique market leadership. Remember, visibility isn't vanity, it's velocity. A real example is a technology founder began posting weekly lessons learned about building her AI startup. 6 months later, she was invited to speak at SXSW, joined an accelerator, and attracted 2 angel investors, all from consistent thought leadership. So, what message or lesson could you start sharing consistently to grow your audience and wealth today? Well, the first thing we need to do is reverse engineer your 2028 Forbes headlines. So let's make it real. You're being interviewed in 2028 by Forbes or Fast Company or Inc. magazine, or you name your favorite digital space where you want to be a star in. What's the headlines and what are the 3 milestones that earned you that spotlight? Maybe it's she revolutionized veteran-owned consulting. Maybe it's about the Latina leader who turned micro businesses into millions. Maybe it's how one purpose-driven founder built a 7-figure digital brand from her living room. Whatever it is for you, solopreneur, entrepreneur, business leader, male, female, other, you decide what your headline is going to be, and you decide what's going to earn you that spotlight. Take 10 minutes this week, write your 2028 feature article, imagine the pull quote, the impact statistics, the legacy message. In fact, engage AI and write a couple of them, one for many magazines around the globe. We want you to dial this in strong. We want you to believe it's possible. And most of all, we want you to start being and living that person today. So what decision do you need to make to move in that direction? What do you need to commit to start ensuring your story is your asset? One of the first things might be to get a better grip or understanding on brand equity as an asset class. And to do that, we need to think like an investor, and we need to start doing that now. When we say brand equity is wealth equity, we means it builds leverage so that people and capital will come to you. It creates optionality because you can pivot, license, and scale further faster. It drives legacy because your story becomes your influence point. Just like a portfolio, your brand needs diversification, content across different platforms and in different formats, liquidity. Can people engage with your brand easily and often? And most of all, consistency. Does your voice match your values? This is especially vital if you're scaling from one-on-one services to group models, from founder-led marketing to team-based ops, and from expert to industry authority. Ask yourself today, what's one platform, one podcast, one article, or one digital asset you can build this month that increases your brand equity? So our closing reflection and challenge for this week is to write your 2028 Forbes headline. Define 3 accomplishments that would earn that headline. Share 1 insight or future story moment online this week, because your voice is valuable and we want you to begin exercising it now. And then lastly, begin or refine 1 platform that showcases your vital message. Remember, your brand is what they say about you when you're not in the room. Your wealth is what you feel after you've left that legacy. Let this week be the moment you stop waiting to be discovered and start documenting the value that you already bring. Thank you for tuning in to WealthWise 2025, week 25. Brand equity is wealth equity, your story, your asset. If this resonated with you, don't forget to share it, journal about it, or tag me on social media at The Success Strategist with your future headline. Because wealth isn't just what you accumulate, it's what you communicate. And your story, it's already worth telling.